to the positions of
Yes.
like you were talking about, 3 players that have a opportunity to possibly switch roles in the Cowboys scheme. Like usually you'll get a lot of the time you'll see a quarterback go to like wide receiver. I actually already read this list, but I'm gonna pretend like I didn't. But usually you'll see like a quarterback go to wide receiver, or what would be another one?
CB to
a
safety.
Linebacker go to safety, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or even a corner going to safety. So who do we have? Who's the first one on this list?
Someone that we talk about often because we're kind of big Tony Pollard fans, and they're saying he can go from running back to wideout. Now, I'm just going to jump in. I don't know if that's what I like that 1-2 punch combo ability.
I'd rather see them maybe put him just in the slot. Like he doesn't have to switch fully to wide receiver. Like he can still play as a running back, and you can kind of use him as like a James White. You know how James White was in New England all those years? In the Super Bowl, he broke like records for catches or something. Like he doesn't need to do a full position.
About that? I know you think that Tony Pollard's the most underrated running back in the league. So how do you feel about that?
I don't think they'll change. I don't think they'll switch him to wideout. I think he'll get maybe more looks in the passing game, possibly. Like on third down, maybe he comes out of the backfield. You still have Zeke back pass protecting, but then maybe Tony Pollard, instead of them having a 4th wideout, they have him in the slot instead of like the Cowboys' number 4th or 5th receivers. But I don't think they go full on position switch. I think they just utilize him maybe more in the passing game.
So maybe
good answer.
Yeah, maybe he. I like the versatility option, and then you can run multiple plays where either he's out there just to take a couple defenders away, or he's out there actually to make the catch, right? So,
well, I got a question. Are you not able to, like, if he stays as a running back position, he can't then go on the field as a designated running back. He can't go on the field with another running back and line up as a wideout.
Yeah,
okay, well then what does it really matter then?
Yeah. It doesn't. That's what I mean. I think it doesn't. I think they won't ever, I don't think, put him as an actual wide receiver. He might get used more as a receiver, but he'll still be a running back. I think it's just someone trying to make a list.
So then would he be like a slot receiver then? Or
yeah, like I could see them doing is on a third down, you have Zeke protecting, you have Amari Cooper out wide, you have Michael Gallup out wide, you have CeeDee Lamb in the one slot, and then you'd have maybe Tony Pollard in the slot on the other side of the field. That's what I would do. Or he just comes out of the backfield and runs a route out of the backfield, either or a screen or there's multiple. They actually underutilized the guy, and I think they were planning on using him kind of as a receiver last year before Dak got hurt. But there's just so many guys on the Cowboys offense right now that are going to be vying for the ball that it's just such a good problem to have.
That's a good
you know what I mean?
The next one here is like a little boring. Jourdan Lewis, cornerback to safety. I mean, that's like...
Oh, hey, you know what you guys should look at? Jourdan Lewis. I'm not a big Jourdan Lewis fan. If you go onto the Instagram, I don't know if I'll try to walk you guys through this. I can't really see your screen, so I'll walk you through this. But if you go into my reels, I'm gonna give the Instagram a little shout out here. It's the one with 1 million views. This reel, and it's Jourdan Lewis. You guys should watch it. This play made me absolutely fucking hate the guy. This was remind you, this was in when a must-win game against the Giants. They had to win. It was basically a playoff game, and this fucking idiot does this. You guys check it out if you can find it.
I mean, look,
give us a clue.
You're so good at this Instagram game that there are so many reels. I'm having a hard time finding it.
It's the one with 1 million.
Huh?
Whatever one has 1 million.
Those are plays. Sorry, I'm looking at comments like a doofus.
Oh, you weren't kidding. 1 million. Holy shit.
There we go. 1.2 milli.
What?
Yeah. So check this one out.
Okay.
Can the fans see the screen?
No room for selfish plays like this.
Why did they do that?
This was basically
he's an idiot.
This is what Ant says. No room for selfish plays like this. This was basically a playoff game for us, and you headbutt someone.
I remember watching that actually.
I didn't even say get fucked or anything. I didn't swear at all.
No, you didn't.
You
held it together. You held it together.
I held it together. When I was watching the game live, I definitely let out a couple bleeps for show. But they're just if a guy does that in a big play, like a big situational.
I mean, 82 made the most of that, but okay.
Do you think he flopped a little bit?
Of course he did. I watched football.
But
he flopped.
But if you watch that though, he crowned him like in his jaw, right?
Where he flopped.
Yeah, you think he did a bit?
He flopped. It wasn't in his jaw. It was in his cheek. He flopped.
He flopped,
but he did it.
dumbass.
But in 82's defense, you're going to use that to get an advantage because that dickhead shouldn't have done that. So.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that. So anyone that's not watching and just listening, what it was Jourdan Lewis when they were playing against the Giants. It was basically if you win, you have a chance to still get into playoffs. Jourdan Lewis threw a headbutt at the Giants tight end. Giants tight end may have flopped a little bit, but still,
He did.
don't put the guy in a situation to flop.
Exactly.
I would
Right?
say this, like that shit. It's a violent game, and so he probably lost his. Who knows what happened to cause him to do that? I'm not saying there's an excuse.
Who is Boggy One Spaz? Good job, 26. Fuck what they say. Good headbutt. Should have knocked his ass out with it.
Yeah, like it's just
What
a fucking just an
dickhead.
internet creature, just a creature on the internet.
No,
like-
but I think what if this guy did something? I'm not. Again, it's not an excuse to do it. So and if it costs you a fucking game, then that's
well, it didn't cost them the game, but it's
inexcusable.
still a situation that
sure.
you just
One
you just don't.
thing's
I
never
think
going to do that.
actually to play on that more, it was a third down and they had turned the ball over on downs, or they had forced a punt,
And
then
that's-
he did
that's
that,
dumb.
and
Yeah.
that's another reason I was so mad. Then they got a fresh set of downs. Anyways,
What
Jourdan
if he-
Lewis,
what if-
he's fuck him. I don't like the guy personally.
What if
He's
the,
he's a decent football player. Don't like him.
What if the New York Giants guy told him that he sucked?
Then he should have then he should have definitely headbutted him.
Headbutt his ass. Yeah.
Get him.
Get
But what do they have? They have Jourdan Lewis going from cornerback to safety.
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
They say
Jourdan Lewis would not be a good safety.
They said he's demonstrated the ball hawking ability to be a solid free safety candidate.
It's because he's small, so he would never have to come up and tackle. Like he's not a very big
He's
guy,
just gonna
but
sit back
I don't
there
know.
and try and
Pick it off, get him go just free in like deep thirds, and just let him read the field.
I mean, in fairness, you could really say anyone at this point. You could write anything about the secondary and say, "Oh,
Well,
we're gonna move this guy this
what
way."
they're saying though with that is like because Jourdan Lewis is the fringe, like third or fourth corner, and our safeties are such big question marks that maybe. And I think the same thing with like Tony Pollard. They're kind of picking guys that could maybe play more plays in a different position. I think just by reading the list, that's what they may have went off of.
Yeah. Hey, you said you didn't read the list.
No, I said I did. I said I
said
was
he
going to
did. He's
act
gonna
like I did.
pretend like he did.
Yeah. Well, good pretending. Now everyone knows.
Now everyone knows you're going to prepare. Now everyone knows you're going to prepare for your podcast. Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to let it happen too many times. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I won't read many more.
We're supposed to go by. We're supposed to fly by the seat of our pants, or whatever.
Just the way we
right?
like it.
All right.
This third change though. Now everyone knows.
Yeah, now
I
the
read
cat's
it.
out of the
I
bag.
it's kind of intriguing.
Oh,
This third one.
for sure. I love this
Wow.
one.
Yeah, Jabril Cox, linebacker to safety. Really interesting. He's 6'3",
man.
233-pound safety.
So you know what it'd
That's
be like?
actually,
It'd be like
damn big.
Legion of Boom. What the fuck was his name?
Chandler.
Chandler. It'd be exactly like that. And Dan Quinn basically coached Chandler.
You
so
mean
if you have
you mean Cam Chancellor?
Chancellor, that's his name. See?
What did we
Couldn't
say,
even think of his
Chandler?
name. We're calling him Chandler.
Chandler
From
Bing.
Friends?
Chandler Bing from France.
Chandler Bing.
He just used to tackle people and go bing.
Chancellor from the Seahawks. Dan Quinn was coaching him in the Legion of Boom. So if anyone knows how to utilize a 6'3", 200 and whatever pound monster at safety, it'd be Dan Quinn.
I have a
Because
question.
we know how he handles his D.
As we discovered last week, we asked that very important
Two-handed.
question.
Giggle,
Two-handed,
giggle.
the pepper shaker.